Hey guys, this is Matt checking in with you. So it's been a few weeks since your time at Eagle Wings Lodge. Did you ever consider the name of the lodge since you left? Did you see all the different ornamentation, decorations of eagles while you were there? The name actually came from Tom Lewis. He's the one that granted, and he was the builder of the lodge. And he pulled inspiration from Isaiah 40:31. Where it says, "Those who trust in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not become weary, and they will walk and not faint." Personally, I know each time I've been there, I've experienced just that restoration, that strength, that renewal. What do you think it would look like or feel like if Tom had named the lodge the Dungeon and filled it with chains? It seems kind of comical, right? It just doesn't fit. That's because Tom knew what that lodge was created for, and he knew what it was and what it wasn't. There's really power in that name, right? Eagle Wings Lodge versus the Dungeon. In the Bible, it also talks about a new name being given and known only to the one that receives it in Revelations. We see Saul become Paul, we see Simon become Peter, and even today we see a bride will take on a new name when being married to her husband because something significant and true is happening, right? Names matter and are needed because we're unique creations. I like what Dr. Alan Snyder states around a commentary on what C.S. Lewis wrote in The Problem of Pain, where he said, "Your soul has a curious shape to it. It's a hollow made to fit a particular swelling in the infinite contours of the divine substance, or more simply put, a key to unlock one of the doors in the house with many mansions." Speaking of heaven, right? Your connection back to creation. Dr. Snyder comments that Lewis is pointing out the uniqueness of God's creation in each one of us, or the principle of individuality. He also says that's the opposite of selfish individualism, which looks to the created rather than the creator, because each soul created is that soul and only that soul. Now, I think the enemy knows the power of your identity and that connection to God, and he wants to keep you from it. I'm just curious, what names are you living under? When you make a mistake, what do you call yourself? Think about those moments. Who do you think truly is whispering those names to you? Is it God or the enemy? Is God just a personal motivator telling you to do better? Or does he really want you to know who he created you to be? If the name you're calling yourself feels kind of harsh or immediate or loud, could it be that the enemy's trying to keep you from the truth of who you are and your connection to God and becoming that creation that he made you to be? Fellas, my prayer for your week, for this week is pretty simple, and it's just that you would take notice of the names that you're living under, that you would take each one to God to see if in fact those names are true to what he created in you. For those names that are not true, I pray that Paul's word in Philippians 1:6 would just forever echo in your heart, your mind, your soul, and give you a continual direction and encouragement. It states, "And I am certain that God, who began the good work within you, will continue his work until it is finally finished on the day when Christ Jesus returns." I pray for all of those days you would submit to the process and know that Isaiah 40:31 calls out that the Lord will give you strength for that process, and Philippians 1:6 calls out that he will finish that work through that process. All right, take care, guys.